announcements. I think that's all for now. I think one of the important things before I start this is that there are like a few things you do in life which are like very, very serious, but sometimes there's very little reason. And the two things I'm referring to is parenting and marriage. It's probably the two biggest things in your life is your marriage and your parenting, but we actually invest very little time in studying that. Because we just do things as we think it should be done. But marriage and communication and relationship building is an actual science, and there are thousands and thousands of books written on it. Same with parenting, it's a huge science. But we spend very little time formally studying it and engaging with it to our detriment. That we often lose our kids, or we don't do the best job that we can without the proper research. I think it's part of our community's responsibility to take these things seriously, because the love is there, but not always the capability and the methods and so on. Okay, Bismillah. You remember this hadith? Al-Mu'min Al-Qawi. Translate for me. Al-Mu'min Al-Qawi, the strong believer. Khayrun is better. Wa ahabbu, and more beloved. Can you see there's something I have there? Ilah. What does ilah mean? To. Ilallah is stronger and more beloved to Allah. Min, from, or we can say than as well. From or than al-mu'mini al-da'if, than the weak believer. Wa fi. Sound familiar there? Fi, what is? In. Kullin, in both or in all. Khayrun, there is goodness. So there's 3 huruful jar. You can see how your Arabic is expanding week by week. There's 3 huruful jar there, 3 harful jars. Then the Prophet ﷺ gives us some advice. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ihris, be desirous. What does ala mean? All the harful jars come here. Upon. Ihris, be desirous upon. Ma, that which yanfa'uk, benefits you. Wasta'in billahi, wasta'in, and seek help with or by Allah. Billahi, you can see the be there, by Allah. Wala ta'jiz. Okay, let's pause. Let's just be with me now quickly, this few moments of prophetic pearls, prophetic advice. Amazing advice. These things can transform your life. The Prophet ﷺ gives you one sentence which can change your life. He says, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, number 1 is ihris ala ma yanfa'uk. In your life, in every moment, every morning, every day, is desire and plan and strive for that which will benefit you. And there's a whole science behind that I'm not going to speak about, but there's a whole science of planning your time, planning your vision, planning your activities, planning your spending, ala ma yanfa'uk, according to that which will benefit you. And it requires you to interrogate your time and your actions and your spending and seeing, are you doing that? Is what you're doing beneficial for yourself, beneficial for your spouse, beneficial for your family, for your community? As you are planning, as you are striving, as you are acting, know that you alone can't change things. Who has to be the ultimate changer? Wasta'in billahi. At the same time, the wa, and at the same time, ista'in billahi, always seek help in Allah. So you make your plan, but you make your plan with Bismillah, with the help of Allah. And number 3 is, once you made your plan and you took and you sought the help of Allah, don't take 2 steps and then ta'jiz. Don't take 2 jogs and you finish with your reform now. Don't come for 1-2 weeks to Ar-Rahman. Now that's too much for me, I give up. I want to be Hafiz, but I can't come for half an hour, 40 minutes too early. Too cold, too warm, too far, too close, I don't know. Do something. وَلَا تَعْجِزْ. Don't give up, don't become incapacitated, don't stop. وَلَا تَعْجِزْ. Okay, we did it last week. Now, this ajib advice. The Prophet ﷺ says, Wa in, translate with me. What does wa mean? And if this hadith blows my mind. Asabaka shay'un. Asaba means to strike. Shay'un means something. If something has struck you, actually maldi. If something has afflicted you, if something has harmed you. So from your past, you had a bad experience. The Prophet ﷺ is speaking about that bad experience. Maybe you wanted to find love and love ran away. So you're heartbroken. But ihris ala yanfa'uk, ma yanfa'uk means what? I must go look for more love. You with me? I had a bad experience. What benefits me is to have someone who loves me. That's what I must do. But now what? Wa in asabaka shay'un. If something in the past struck you, some love ran away. The Prophet's advice sallallahu alaihi wasallam is what? Ajib advice. Fala taqul. Then don't ever say, Lo, if only anni, that I fa'altu. Translate. You must know fa'altu. Fa'ala, he did. What's fa'altu? You're still awake, you with me? I did. Law anni fa'altu kana kada wa kada. Law, if only anni, that I fa'altu, I did kana in the past, kada wa kada. If only I did this or I did that. What's the Prophet ﷺ prohibiting you from doing? If only I was nicer to him, if only I made tea for him, if only I didn't argue with his mother, if only whatever. You don't revisit if onlys. This is not the psychology advice, advice from a psychologist. This is advice from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Is that never get yourself. Maybe you wanted to do your own business, and you did the wrong product. You put too much sugar on the cinnabons. Then the business all flopped. Now you want to do another cinnamon business. You say, if only, if... No. You don't put if only. You don't if only. Must support the small business, by the way. No? It's part of the sunnah. No. Cinnabons or non-cinnabons. You don't ever say if only. Because what does if only do to you? What does if only actually do to you? You like here in July 2019. Now you go, if only. Now you're going 2016, 2015. Now you're still there in 2014, if only. What are you doing in 2014, if only? You 2019 now. What are you doing there? You understand? Something went wrong in your life. That's a taqdeer of Allah. Allah knows best. You don't dwell your mind and heart in if only. I know things are hurtful, things are difficult, things are damaging, things are painful, things are traumatic. The prophetic advice is don't dwell there. And don't overanalyze it. And don't if only all of those things. So what must you do if you mustn't do if only? The prophetic advice. Walakin, instead of saying if only, you just say something simple to yourself. You say, it should be qaddarallahu, not qaddarullahu, qaddarallahu. Allah, what does qadr mean? Means decreed. Qaddarallahu means Allah has decreed. My Lord, my Master has decreed that in my life. وَمَا شَاءَ, and whatever Allah He wills, فَعَلَ, He does. Let's say together, قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ وَمَا شَاءَ فَعَلَ. Again, قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ وَمَا شَاءَ فَعَلَ. Take a moment in your past, a difficult moment, bring it to mind, then say these words together. قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ وَمَا شَاءَ فَعَلَ. What did you just do? You just said, Allah decreed that thing. Whatever He wills, He does, and I leave it to Him. You understand? It was the decree of Allah that whatever happened in your life happened. Painful, easy, pleasant, unpleasant, it's the qadr of Allah. It's very powerful advice, because it allows you to leave something behind and say Allah knows best, and allows you to be in the present. Then the Prophet ﷺ ends off. He says, فَإِنَّ لَوْ. For verily, the word low, what does low mean again? If only. فَإِنَّ لَوْ. For verily the word low, the word if only. What does that word do? تَفْتَحُ. That kalima low, kalima is a female, تَفْتَحُ. It opens. What does it open? Look there. What does it open? Amala shaitan. It opens the workings of shaitan. Ajib, the Prophet ﷺ is saying, if you're going to start your whole life and you're going to be in if only, you are opening the door to shaitan in your life. Why? Because shaitan will incapacitate you. He will keep taking you back 2014, 2012, 2010, 1985. He will take you back and he will stop you from moving forward, because he keeps pulling you back all the time, and you your whole life, if only, if only, if only, if only. Maybe you were destined to be a super sporting star, but there was apartheid. You can't be your whole life, if only, then I would have been a Springbok. And what's talking about? This finished. You can't, because there are some people who really live in if onlys. Their whole life they're still busy with that moment, with that decision, with that situation. Khalas, it happened. It happened. And sometimes also, you know, the beautiful thing is sometimes that calamity happens because of your own actions. Even then you just put in your past. Maybe you did something wrong and something terrible happened. You don't, even if it was your fault, you don't go back to it. You don't say if only, you say قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ مَا شَاءَ فَعَلْ, and then you move forward. This is powerful advice. I want to read the hadith backwards, just to show you the power of the hadith. This is the end of the hadith. So what is the end of the hadith saying to you? What's the message of the end of the hadith? Don't get stuck in your past. Don't let your whole history, if something asabaka shay'un, if something struck you, don't let that history hold you back, but you keep turning back and saying if only, if only, if only. Just say Allah has decreed. You with me? That's the first thing. So the hadith deals with the past. Then what must you do? You put the past behind you, what do you do now? You do ihris ala ma yanfa'uk now. Your business failed, you start a new business. Your marriage failed, you find a new marriage partner. Khalas, your life carries on. What are you waiting for? You studied Arabic 10 years ago and you got confused. Study Arabic again. You understand? Like what's the problem? You just carry on. Life is moving. You can't be stuck there, if only, if only. The prophetic advice is what? Look forward and be desirous of that which is going to benefit you and is going to be difficult. Yes. Wasta'in billah. So seek Allah's help. Is going to be difficult. Yes. La ta'jiz. Don't give up. Let's go back one. What happens if you do this? What happens if you do this? because you put your past behind you, because you did that which benefits you, because you sought Allah's help, because you didn't give up, and the result is what? You will become al-mu'minu al-qawi, and you will become khayrun wa ahabbu ila Allah. You will be better and you will be more beloved to Allah. Allah will be more proud of you. Allah will be more appreciative of you. Allah will look at you with a better gaze, because you are trying to move forward with your life. So, like in terms of personal development and a personal advice, the prophetic advice, like this is it. After you receive the advice, what's left? You have to live it. And if you can live this one hadith, you can change your life. It liberates you from the trappings of the past, and it puts you on a foothold on a new path. You put the past behind you and you strike your new path, and you walk your new path, and you walk with Allah, and you don't give up, and Allah will support you. So what I find in our end of this, inshallah, is that Islam, the teaching of Islam, is very hopeful and very positive. I don't know what Islam you learned before, but the Islam that I read in the Quran and Hadith is very hopeful. There's no despair. In fact, despair is considered haram in Islam. It comes in the Quran, La taqnatu min rahmatillah. Don't ever lose faith and hope in the mercy of Allah. The ulama consider despair to be haram. Can you imagine that in our faith, for you to despair in Allah and His decree and His rahmah is a sin in Islam. It is wajib for you to be hopeful in Allah's rahmah. And number two is Islam is very positive and very practical. It just helps you strike a new path. The one alim said, he asked, many people asked him for the proof of Islam. And his answer is what? It works. That if you live it, it works. It's experiential proof that if you live it, it works. So inshallah, it's a beautiful hadith. We pray that we can live up to these words. These words must become mottos in your life. It must reshape the way you think. Because a lot of your insecurities, like for example, I do a simple thing, and mashallah to all of you, many of you maybe had a bad experience with Arabic. Maybe your Khalifa gave you like a hiding also. So maybe many of you didn't learn to recite properly. So maybe for 20 years you avoided khadats and dhikrs and like I don't want to go there and go mime the whole time there. It's uncomfortable. I'm not going to go. You don't understand. So you had a traumatic experience. You didn't have a good experience with your Arabic and your recitation. But now at some point, mashallah, what do? You say, listen here, put that behind. Ihris ala ma yanfa'uk. I'm going to come to Iqra, I'm going to come to Surah Rahman, I'm going to learn some Arabic, I'm going to face my fears. Wasta'in billah. Ya Allah, help me. Allah ma'allimna ma yanfa'una. And I'm not ta'ajiz. I'm going to come every Sunday, I'm going to work. It transforms your life. Where else could you have been? You could have been at home, doing what? Nothing beneficial besides having a sister. I mean, a sister does have some benefit. I'm not going to undermine the sister. And in second year, they bring the donuts they have like a nice sunnah in second year. They bring you the box in the morning. It goes around the class, so you get both benefits in class also. You get the Arabic and Nahu and Sarf and Quran, and you get the sister also. The point being, mashallah, is that you are a living example. The fact that many of you are here and you're older, it's an example that you have decided to put whatever past experiences, excuses, if only. That's why last thing I must say at the end of this. This whole thing about, if only I was young, I'll do hifz. You told yourself that before, eh? Yeah, if only my father said me when I was young, could have what we're talking about? There's no if only, there's only now. And the Surah Rahman now, and you begin now, and you start now, and you memorize now, and you see where you get. And if you don't get the whole Quran will be taught you in your qabr. Simple. That is the advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Beautiful, positive advice. May Allah give us the nur of this hadith and the guidance of this hadith. See you next week, inshaAllah, bi-idhnillah. What does bi mean again? By idhn, the permission. Bi-idhnillah, by the permission of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We way over time, so we'll give you a few minutes, inshallah. You can be back here at 43, inshallah.